everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we have something a little bit different. I have the new Scent series box from John Lewis. This is a department store here in the UK, one of our main department stores, and they have just launched this box of all different sample fragrances. So I'm going to be trying them all out, letting you know what they smell like, and giving you my review of the box. If you're new here, then hello and welcome. We're all about perfume, so check out my hundreds and hundreds of other perfume videos. And if you're a regular, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and you can support me on Patreon as a channel member and subscribe to our newsletter in the description box. So I think during COVID, with people not being able to try perfumes in the shops very much, the idea of getting scent samples to try has definitely grown popularity. And I think this is really cool that John Lewis have launched this box. It's £50 and in it you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different scents. And they're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different categories. So we have warm and sensual, powerful and rich, soft and cocooning, playful and vibrant, and fresh and invigorating. And they're all from pretty high-end brands, quite niche brands. So the kind of thing that perhaps you wouldn't just blind buy, you need to try. This is a good way to explore some of the niche fragrances at John Lewis. So the box is beautiful. I love these marble patterns. And it opens up and has these 5 different containers in. If we open one up, so this one is the warm and sensual, and it says, "I didn't choose you, my heart did." Aww. So in here we have Juliette Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes, Parlez-moi de Parfum Woody Perfecto, and Francis Coke de Jean Baccarat Rouge 540, which I just did a video on actually. I will leave the link to where you can get this box, by the way, guys, and the individual perfumes as well down below in the description. So I think probably we all know what Baccarat Rouge smells like. It is a warm amber, quite sweet, very ambery, like a wood resin smell, but with a sweetness. It's insanely good for lasting. I put 1 spray on and it lasted all day. Insanely good for lasting, but you have to be okay with quite sweet fragrances. If you want any more details on that, I will leave the link to my video about it. But I think it's great to be able to try it because it is quite pricey. It's like £200 for the smallest size, the 70 ml. So you definitely would want to try it before buying it. So that's great. And the sample is really big, feels really, you know, high end. Vanilla Vibes is another one that I've reviewed in the past, actually. It's probably one of my favorite from Juliette Has a Gun. These guys are best known for their perfume called Not a Perfume, which kind of mixes with your skin to create a slightly sort of skin scent, sort of signature scent. But they released Vanilla Vibes about 2 years ago, and it is a really good quality vanilla perfume. If you're one of those people that just wants vanilla, you don't want a million other ingredients, perhaps you like La Vie Belle from Lancôme, this is one of the best just clean vanillas. It's got a bit of saltiness in it, and it's very warm and cozy and good quality. Juliette Has a Gun really do last quite well. So Parlez-moi de Parfum Woody Perfecto. I'm not sure if I have tried this, or if I have, I don't remember what it smells like. So let's give this one a try. So this is definitely masculine. So this is a cedar vetiver. It's got quite a green feel to it. Definitely male, a bit leathery. I think that'd be beautiful for a man. I would really like that on a man, actually. It seems quite classy, feels pretty good for lasting, quite strong as well. It's very dissimilar to the other two, which have that vanilla sweetness in. This is not sweet at all. It's a green wood. And now the leather's really coming through. This brand, Parlez-moi de Parfum, I have done a video on them before. Gardens of India, they make is beautiful tuberose. That's my favorite of their range. And they're a French perfume house, and they're really different, very unique, very niche. That's lovely for a man. If you are looking for a male woody fragrance, that's beautiful. Okay, so next let's do this long drawer here. Ooh. Okay, so this one is Powerful and Rich. So we have our first Creed sample in here. It comes in a cute little Creed bag. And this is their, I think, best-selling male perfume. It was certainly the best-selling one when I used to work in a shop where we sold Creed, and it's called Aventus. And personally, the way I would describe this scent is a almost aluminium-y scent. It's quite refreshing. It's probably for someone who's a bit sporty. And unusually for a male perfume, it actually has a lot of pineapple in. Gosh, it's such a distinct smell. Really strong. You cannot escape this. Kind of fresh. It reminds me a bit of like a new car smell, actually. And I mean that in a good way. They've got birch wood in here, and I remember as it settles down it gets a bit more mossy, and I get this aluminium vibe, but very much in the first sort of 5 minutes you get this pineapple, you get a lemon, there's apple, there's even a black currant, and underneath you're getting this very male. It's very, very male, but very refreshing. And it's so unusual to have a fragrance which has a refreshing feel but is very strong and good for lasting. And Creed, of course, are very good for lasting, hence the price tag. But this is definitely, I would, if I had to blind buy one Creed male one, I would get this one. I think it's also the youngest from their range. I would say this would work fine on an 18-year-old or an 80-year-old, whereas some of their other perfumes like Green Irish Tweed are a bit more mature, maybe for someone, you know, a bit older. This is definitely younger, and I think the freshness, the apple, makes it a bit sporty. So next we have one from Maison Crivelli. I haven't tried this brand before. It's called Santal Volcanique. It says it's a woody, spicy, musky fragrance. Burnt sandalwood on the slopes of an erupting volcano. Ooh. Well, who doesn't want to smell like a volcano? Oof! Spicy. Definitely quite masculine. Yeah, it's like a burnt spiciness. I think cardamom in here for sure. Oriental, aromatic. It's really faded quite quickly. At first it was super spicy, but now I'm getting more of a cardamom vibe. And I'm not really getting any of the burnt. But it's definitely lighter than Aventus. 50% lighter. Now I'm getting a bit of a green spiciness. That's definitely much more subtle. Perhaps that would be good for the office, for a masculine perfume, something like quite everyday. If you like your spicy perfumes like Fahrenheit. Interesting. So next we have another one from Parlez-moi de Parfum called Chypre Mojo. That's quite a cool name. I'm guessing it's a Chypre fragrance. So it says sensual and supernatural. The Chypre Accord is one that dates back a century. It does feel kind of supernatural, like it says. So this one is very light. There's actually mango in here. The main note is mango, and then there's a carnation and a bit of patchouli. It's actually faded to become very, very light. I think this is definitely super unisex, but if you want something really light, refreshing, and you like mangoes, yeah, it's very unusual. I've never really smelt a fragrance that was like mango-y without being very sweet and girly. You know, Victoria's Secret sometimes use mango. It's not like that because it has the carnation in, which makes it a bit green. Very interesting, but very light. Something perhaps if for very humid weather. So next we have Playful and Vibrant. It says lipstick, heels and perfume. I'm ready to play. So we have here Juliet Has a Gun Lipstick Fever. This is another one of my favorites from Juliet Has a Gun. It literally smells like lipstick. It's a violet scent, like the smell of a expensive lipstick or the smell of an eyeshadow palette. It's that kind of vibe, like very obviously feminine. You know, that's such a girly smell, the smell of lipstick. And it always reminds me of being backstage. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to do shows and stuff, and the smell of all the makeup and the hairspray backstage kind of reminds me of that. So if you just want to feel super feminine, I do really like these perfumes that smell like lipsticks. I have actually done a video on perfumes that smell like makeup, so I'll leave that linked. So here we have Gardens of India from Parlez-moi de Parfum, my favorite from their range. This is a beautiful, beautiful tuberose, really refreshing, really summery. And I know I always say this, but if you've ever been to Marrakesh, Morocco, they have there the Yves Saint Laurent garden where he used to hang out, and it's full of all these beautiful tropical flowers. and in the heat you get this amazing tropical smell, and that's exactly what it reminds me of, like the smell of tropical greenery, like palm trees and stuff. I love tuberose for that. Tuberose is becoming more and more popular, I've noticed. Like, it's the main note in Armani's My Way. So if you like that, I think you definitely like this. Yeah, definitely my favorite. I have a full size of this. And then we have another Creed one, and this is Creed Aventus for her, female version of the one we just tried before. So it doesn't smell anything like Adventus. I do get the green apple, that same green apple, but there's none of that masculine undertone, that aluminium-y undertone. I basically get the green apple, a bit of pink pepper, and then a bit of maybe ylang ylang, slightly musky. It's really light and pretty. I'm sure that this will last well because it's Creed, but it's definitely very light, daytime, pretty, floral-y, fresh citrus. Yeah, very simple, very light. So next we have Fresh and Invigorating. This says, I start each day like it's the first page in a new notebook. And then here we have the 3 new Francis Kurkdushan fragrances, which I did a video on about a month ago. Aqua Vitae, Aqua Universalis, and Aqua Celestia, the blue, yellow, and white ones. I'll leave the link to this video if you want a detailed description. These are basically nothing like Francis Kurkdushan Baccarat Rouge. They are much fresher, lighter, and in my view, nowhere near as good for lasting. So I'm not that blown away with them, though I do think the bottles are super cute. And then we have another Creed in here, Viking Cologne. This one comes in that orange bottle, really stands out. It says it's inspired by the Norwegian fjords, I guess hence the name Viking. Masterful alchemy of zingy citrus fruits and an aromatic heart, woody base, dry sandalwood, vetiver. Very masculine. Yeah, I can see a Viking wearing this, or you know, like what's that guy in the Avengers that has the big hammer? Yeah, very, very serious masculine smell there. Wouldn't want to mess with anyone wearing that. Very, very, very masculine. I almost get a bit of a smoky smell to it, but I really get these intense woody. It's like if someone was to make the most ultimate male smelling thing, this is what it would be. A really big testosterone filled Viking. Is that what this smells like? And then lastly we have Soft and Cooling, and this says note to self, relax. So we have another Juliet Has a Gun Musk Invisible. This is a very refreshing musk and very simple. If you just like your musky fragrances, like Narciso Rodriguez for her, that's what that one's like. We have a Parlez-moi de Parfum Haute Provence. So this one, hence the name Provence, has lavender in. Provence is the region in southern France where so much lavender grows. It smells amazing there. But you know what? This has watermelon in, and I can really smell the watermelon. It also has melon in, like a green melon. This is one of the most melony fragrances I've ever smelled. I know people ask for melony fragrances. I've had quite a few comments, and I really struggle because it's never really a main note. I know there's some of it in J'adore. Yes, if you like melon, I found your melon fragrance. At first I got watermelon, now I just get that melon. And I get a little bit of lavender, but it's mainly melon, you guys. How interesting. It's so hard to create a strong melon, I think, because melon is just, you know, 90% water. You know, there's hardly anything there when you think about it. How fun. I really like that one. That's a nice discovery. Okay, and then lastly, we have from Maison Crivelli, Iris Malakian. So you'll know I'm not a huge fan of iris. This one is a powdery violety iris. It also has some cinnamon in, some orangey. I think if you like the more traditional fragrances, cinnamony fragrances like Cinnabar or Dolce Vita from Dior, I get leather and cinnamon. So I think it is pretty unisex. This is very similar to how a lot of female fragrances used to smell about 40 years ago, I think. Yeah, heavy, oriental, gourmand, cinnamony, pretty strong. I think it could definitely be worn by a man, but this is how a lot of traditional female scents used to be like. Cool, so now my bedroom smells of so many different scents. Let me know what you think. Do you like any of these? Have you tried them? Which is your favorite? I will leave the links where you can get this box, which is super fun. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.